Hello and welcome to part 2 of the night chess piece with me, Andrew. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I suggest you go back, just check that one out, and you'll be up to speed with what we're about to do in this video. Without further ado, let's get to it. Now it's time to create the base of our chess piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new sketch, click on the XZ plane, and say OK. And I'm going to take the polyline, click on the center vertical line, and just move it out. And then going to move up, creating a vertical constraint and a horizontal constraint on our bottom line. Go at a slight angle, and I'm going to right click and right click again to deselect. And I'm going to press Shift H, and I can constrain that bottom line to 13mm. Shift H again, click on this line here, the angled line. I'm going to make that 2mm. Shift V to bring up the vertical constraint. I'm going to make this 3mm. And I'm also going to make this line again 2mm. I'm going to grab the endpoints and rim points, click on the point at the top of our angled line, and I'm just going to create an arc, like so. Grabbing our polyline, I'm then going to complete the sketch, M to cycle through, go along, click on our vertical point, and go down. And that then creates a closed loop. Shift H, clicking on the center of our arc, clicking on our center point, or our origin point, and making that 6.5. I'm then going to click on our top line. I'm going to set that to 8mm. I'm then going to right click, Shift V for the vertical constraint, click on our bottom, click on our origin point, set that to 13mm. And then I'm going to set the top of our line to the origin, and I'm going to set that to 2mm. So that then should constrain the entire sketch, and it should also bring it in just under our loft. I'm going to click close. Our sketch is highlighted, and I'm going to click the revolve icon. Z and OK. So as you can see, we've now created a revolved sketch around the bottom of our knight chess piece, which is obviously creating the base that it would then stand on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on the main. I'm going to create a new sketch in the XZ plane, click OK, and I'm also going to change the transparency of our horse chess piece to about 50%. Just makes it a little bit easier for us to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the polyline tool, and I'm going to click on the left hand side of our vertical line, like so, and I'm going to create another one just out of the bottom of it. I'm then going to grab our endpoints and rim points arc, and I'm going to create 3 simple arcs. Just like that. Now what I want to do is to start constraining all of this. So first I'm going to constrain the actual radius of the arcs. So this arc here is 20mm, and this arc here is 11. I'm now going to create a tangent between these two arcs. So I'm going to click, hold Shift and click again, and I'm going to click the tangent tool and click OK. I'm then going to start horizontally constraining our sketch. So I'm going to click Shift H and click on our top point and our origin point. I'm going to set that to 3.5. Just going to move that up slightly so it's out of our way. Shift H, click on our bottom point and our origin point. I'm going to set that to 0.5. I'm going to constrain the center of this arc, the 11mm arc, to our origin point, and that's going to be 25.5. Constraining the center of our smaller arc down here, I'm going to constrain that to 11.5. I'm then going to constrain this singular horizontal line here to 12.5, and that's all of our horizontal constraints completed. So I'm now just going to clean it up slightly, move these down out of the way so we can see the drawing a little bit easier. And now we're going to start constraining our verticals. So I'm going to click Shift V, click on our origin point, click on the center of our arc, the small arc down here, and I'm going to set that to 11mm. I'm then going to constrain the top of our sketch to our origin point, and that's going to be 35.75, and the center of this arc to our origin point to 13. Our last 1 degree of freedom is the bottom point of our sketch and our origin point, and we're going to set that to 5.5. So overall our geometry should look like this. It's now fully constrained, we can right click, close that, and then we can extrude that. So I'm going to click on the pad icon, and as you can see it's extruded from the center outwards by 10 mil. If I click on the symmetric to plane and I set that to 6 mil, it will now create a nice main which goes on the center of our chest piece. So I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to change the appearance back down to 0. We're now going to create a spacing in between our horse's ears. So I'm going to click on this face here, create a datum plane, and I'm going to set the pitch to 6 degrees, and that's going to offset it at an angle of 6 degrees. I'm going to click OK, click on our datum, and click Sketch. I'm then going to grab the circular geometry tool and create a rough circle on the center line. I'm going to set the radius of that to 3.5, and I'm going to set the horizontal geometry from our origin point at 39. I'm going to close that, click the extrude through or the pocket icon, and I'm going to say through all, and that will take the circle right through all of our geometry. I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to hide that datum point. Now what I want to do is create a pocket through our main. Now what this will do is this will create intervals along the outside of our main, along here, and what that'll do is that'll just make it look a little bit more like hair. It will give it a bit more detail, so I think it'll look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this face of our main, and I'm going to click Sketch. I'm then going to switch to our construction geometry, and I'm going to create a circle, like so. I'm going to set the radius of this circle to 24 mil, and I'm going to constrain the horizontal to our origin point at 12 mil, and I'm going to constrain our vertical to our origin point at 14.5 mil. I'm then just going to reduce the appearance of our chest piece, just so it makes it easier for us to see. I'm going to move the 24 around the other side, and I'm going to start sketching. So I'm going to switch back to our geometry tab, and I'm going to click on the endpoints and rim points. So I'm going to create one arc, like so, and attaching to our other arc, create another one. I'm going to grab our singular polyline, click on the top point, and click on our bottom point of our arc, and I'm going to constrain that in the vertical. I'm going to set the radius of this top one to 7 mil, and the radius of this bottom one to 13. I'm going to click Shift V, and I'm going to constrain this arc, the 7 mil arc, to our origin point, 25.5. Shift H to bring up our horizontal origin point, and to the outside of our polyline, I'm going to set that to 14 mil. I'm then going to constrain our 13 millimeter arc, the center point, to our origin point, and that's going to be 6.1. The center point of our 7 mil arc to our origin point is going to be 12 mil. And as you can see, we've now constrained our sketch. I also constrained, when creating the arc, when I drew the arc, I constrained it to our blue construction circle. So what I'm going to do is go back up to tasks, close that, and I'm going to create a pocket. On the drop down, I'm going to set that to through all, and I'm going to say OK. We now need to create a datum line, so I'm going to click on the datum line, and it's going to come up through the center of our part. I'm going to click on this outside circular face. I'm going to set the roll to 90 degrees. I'm going to set the X to -12, and I'm going to set the Z to 14.5. And that should give our datum line just below the horse's chin and just above the horse's neck. So we're going to say OK. Now what I want to do is just click on our pocket, click on polar pattern. On the drop down, select reference, and that's going to be the datum line that we just created. Set our occurrences to 3, and I'm going to set the angle to 35. Reverse direction, and what that should do is then bring our pocket that we created with the horse's mane down, which creates a nice pattern along it, like so. What the reverse direction does is it moves it in a clockwise or a counterclockwise motion. So in this case, if you reverse the direction, it brings it in a clockwise, and the angle is the range that I want the cutout to be in. Occurrences, obviously I can change that to 4, and it will then put 4 within the 35-degree angle. Obviously you can put that to say 6, and again it's still within that 35-degree angle. So I'm going to set that back to 3. It's reverse direction, 35-degree angle, and we're going to click OK. I'm then going to change our body appearance, the transparency back down to 0, and I'm going to hide our datum line. So as you can see, we've now got pretty much all of our horse completed. We just need to add in a few little fillets that will then finesse or finish off our part. The first fillet I'm going to create is on the top of our horse's nose. So I'm going to click on the line, click on fillet, I'm going to set that to 2 mil, and I'm going to click OK. So the second lot of fillets is going to be around the base of our chest piece. So I'm going to click on this face here, click fillet, it's already set to 1 mil, and I'm going to add a reference around that line there. I'm also going to add a reference on the edge of our piece, and I'm going to add another reference on the back of our piece there. If you accidentally click on a face like so, you can click remove reference and click on the face. I'm going to click OK, and then the final fillet is going to be on our main. So I'm going to click on the top line, click fillet, I'm going to set that to 0.25, and then I'm going to add the references on the insides and on the outsides. Once you've done that, click OK. So there we have it, a finished knight chest piece in FreeCAD. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down. And feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how I can improve these videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and have an awesome rest of your weekend.